They say time heals everything, but time also remembers. And trees? Trees remember more than humans ever do. This land wasn't just dirt to me, it was inheritance. Heritage, blood, sweat, tears, laughter, childhood memories, and a lifetime of stories written in wind and leaves. And right in the heart of it stood a giant. A 200-year-old oak. Tall, ancient, proud. Its trunk thick as history itself. Its shade calm as a grandmother's embrace. Its branches shaped like hands holding the sky. My great-great-grandfather planted it. My grandmother told me stories under it. I learned to walk beside it, learned to climb on its arms, carved my initials in its bark when I was 7, cried under it when my mother died, read books leaning against it through my teenage years, and rested in its shade after burying my father. That tree wasn't just a tree. It was the memory of everyone I ever loved. It was the only living witness left that knew every chapter of my life, and then new money moved in. Big cars, fake smiles, expensive sunglasses, loud ego, quiet morality. They brought manicured lawns, plastic fences, polished driveways, and rules. So many rules. They built houses around my land and then decided they suddenly owned the neighborhood. They formed an HOA, a group of people who couldn't control their own lives, so they tried to control everyone else's. They smiled when they saw me. That fake, polite smile rich people give when they think they're above you. "Hi, neighbor." But their eyes always said, "You don't belong here." First complaint, "Your tree looks old." Second, "It doesn't match the community aesthetic." Third, "It blocks the street view." It wasn't about the tree. It was about power. They couldn't stand that something existed here before them. Something older, stronger, and more dignified than their entire existence. They fined me. Every week. $100, $250, $500 threatening letters. Community violation notes. Meetings where they spoke to me like I was dirt under their golf shoes. And I defended that tree every time. Not because it was wood. Because it was memory. Because it was my family's last heartbeat standing on this earth. One HOA woman once smirked and said, "Why are you so attached?" "It's just a tree." "No, lady. Your eyelashes are just plastic. Your marriage is just financial. Your life is just a show." But that tree was everything real I had left. Then came the day I will remember more clearly than my own birthday. I left home early. Left the house, looked at the tree. Wind moved through its leaves like they were whispering to me. I touched the trunk and whispered back, "I'll protect you. Always." I should have stayed home when I returned. The sky looked wrong. The light looked wrong. The ground looked naked. The world felt empty. I saw neighbors standing around, arms folded, whispering, grinning. And then I saw it, or rather, saw what used to be. The tree was gone, not trimmed. Not cut politely, murdered, left in chunks, branches broken like bones, trunk ripped apart, sap bleeding like veins cut open, bird nest shattered, roots exposed, torn, humiliated. The swing rope lay on the ground, still moving with the breeze, as if searching for the branches that once held it. There was a thin white HOA notice taped to the stump like a heartless gravestone. Tree removed for community safety and aesthetic compliance. I swear I didn't breathe for a full minute. My chest locked. My hands shook. I couldn't even cry, and it was pain beyond tears. An HOA man walked by, smug face, coffee in hand. He said, "Finally." It looked terrible. "You should thank us." Same moment a kid asked his mom, "Why is that man sad?" And the mother replied, "He'll get over it. It was just a tree." No, you don't get over someone destroying your soul. That night I sat on that stump. Where shade once existed, grief sat. Where life once breathed, silence swallowed air. I placed my palm on the cut surface and whispered, "I couldn't save you, but I swear, they will regret this." I didn't scream. I didn't fight them in the street. I didn't break anything I planned. Quiet, patient, cold. The world underestimates quiet people, and that's their biggest mistake. I studied land preservation laws, environmental regulations, old county maps, historic protection acts, met environmental lawyers, historians, professors who speak in dusty libraries. And then I found it. Heritage land preservation law stating that if land held proven historical significance or ecological importance, the state could seize regulatory control and categorize it as protected natural reserve land. And the funniest part? The HOA's beautification projects and their plants, gardens, lawns all count as documented ecological growth. They destroyed one historical tree, but planted 90 small ones to raise property image. Those 90 trees became my evidence. I filed a petition, recorded the tree's age, added my family's history, submitted photographs decades old, documented animals and bird migration patterns. Environmental officers visited, wildlife experts visited, historical society visited, neighbors watched suspiciously. One asked, "What's going on?" I smiled softly. Nature doing what nature does. Coming back, weeks passed, then months. Everything silent, until it wasn't. One morning, HOA president and board members came storming to my porch. Faces red, papers shaking, voices cracking. "What have you done? Do you understand what this means?" Oh, I understood, perfectly. I took the letter and read it slowly like a victory anthem. State declaration. This land and surrounding community are now historically protected ecological zone. In simpler words, no one could remodel their houses, no one could cut grass without permission, no fences changed, no property expansions, no selling homes without environmental review, no pool upgrades, no perfect lawns, no HOA authority anymore. Nature now ruled everything. The irony tasted delicious. They built a kingdom of control, and I turned it into a sanctuary of wild freedom. Their power, gone. Their pride, crushed. Their money, pointless. Their million-dollar homes were now museums, trapped in nature protection law. They held their heads, panicking, bargaining, shouting nonsense. One lady screamed, "You ruined this community." Ruined? No, I restored it. I returned it to what it was, a nature, peace, life. You killed a tree. I planted a forest. I planted a small oak sapling right where the ancient one stood, watered it every day, talked to it like an old friend reborn, watched it grow slowly, proudly. Birds came back first, then butterflies, then wildflowers. Grass grew freely like it remembered how to breathe. Kids played in mud instead of polished playgrounds. People learned to hear wind again, smell rain again, see stars again, and feel life again. Sometimes justice doesn't shout. Sometimes justice grows leaf by leaf, root by root, quietly reclaiming everything humans tried to tame. I sit under that young tree now. I touch its bark, close my eyes, and I swear, I hear the old tree whisper through it, "You didn't lose me, you multiplied me." And whenever HOA ex-members drive by with bitterness burning in their eyes, I just smile, soft, peaceful. Because revenge isn't always destruction. Sometimes revenge is rebirth. Sometimes revenge is patience. Sometimes revenge is simply letting nature win. They thought cutting a tree would erase history, but all they did was plant a legacy they can never cut down. Nature remembers, and so do I.